Hey guys, it's Jason Webb. This is the show that highlights local business leaders and the movers and shakers of Minnesota. Welcome to Minnesota Made. All right guys, I'm sitting here with Heather Grazzini-Sims with Carciofini, right?
Yes.
All right. And we're in Burnsville, Minnesota, right? All right, Heather, let's see, you just showed us around the facility a little bit. You know, one thing I guess that pops out initially is I've driven over them probably 1,000 times. When you're in a parking ramp, the two pieces of concrete come together, and there's a lot of times there's a joint there, an expansion joint. And that's where you guys come into play.
We do, yes. Yeah. Amongst many other things, we do install mechanical expansion joints. So the purpose of them is to be used in areas where a typical caulking joint would not perform well because of major expansion and contraction. So there's hundreds of different styles of expansion joints, but in parking ramps you'll see a rubber expansion joint, often set in epoxy, and they can be made in sizes of 1 inch to 12 to 14 inches. In regions of the country where you get a lot of seismic movement, you might see them in 24 inches wide.
Did you just say seismic movement?
Yeah, so
is that like earthquake?
Earthquakes,
okay,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So thankfully we don't have to deal with it. We just have some freeze and thaw in Minnesota.
Yeah. I heard Illinois has earthquakes sometimes, don't they? Is there any place in the Midwest that does have, what do you call it, seismic movement that you know of?
Not that I know
of.
Oh,
okay. All right. I'm an insurance guy, and I thought I read that, or somebody told me that at one time, that Illinois had some type of, fault lines.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I think there's fault lines in Illinois. I don't know. Yeah. Don't listen to me.
I'm not a geologist.
Me neither. All right, well, we'll get more into what you guys do on the day-to-day at Carciofini. Love the name. I might screw it up once or twice, and excuse me, but I like the name. So, Heather, let's talk about the history of the company a little bit. I think you said your dad started it, or no?
Yeah, so my dad, Frank Grazzini, purchased the company in 2002 from the founder, Ron Carciofini, who founded it in 1975. Okay. My dad has always been, since the mid-70s, has been working for another commercial specialty contractor, a family business, and decided to pursue other opportunities, and had a relationship with Ron Carciofini. So that was how his acquiring this business came about. Okay. I started working for the company in 2004, just part-time administrative assistant, and held many roles over the years, and almost 17 years later now.
Time flies, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So, and I've been an owner here for about 8 years.
Wow, well, congratulations on that. You said you started working on the administrative side when you started back in 2004?
Yes, so at the time, my original career was in culinary arts. After high school, I moved to New York and went to the Culinary Institute of America, Hudson Valley region of New York, and went to school there, received a degree in food and beverage, food science. I think it was, but stayed for another year. Did a 1-year fellowship in one of the kitchen classrooms. From there, I moved to the Southeast United States and worked for, at the time, some of the top chefs in the United States. So another great experience, and I love. We talked a little bit before. I love meeting new people. I love learning about them, even if it relates nothing to me.
Right.
But so when I moved back to Minnesota, I worked for Vincent's Restaurant in Minneapolis, which closed in, I think, 2016 or 17. But
you were a chef there?
I was a line cook.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And but I also I assisted Vincent with his offsite catering. Okay. And the catering he did offsite was, for some of the very formal events, some of the most influential and wealthy people in Minnesota. And again, generally those people were very willing to talk with the kitchen staff and whatnot,
Sure.
and serving meals off of China, of past kings and queens of France and England. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Wow.
things I never would have thought I'd experience in my life.
Sure.
But so then at the same time, then I was working part-time for Carciofini company during the day.
Okay.
Obviously, a lot of these were nights and weekends, but
Sure.
and then I kind of saw the catering as an opportunity to work for myself,
Mhm.
and working with those same clients, but also offering them a less formal,
Experience?
less formal experience that they were sometimes looking for. That not to say Vincent didn't want to do, but
Right.
yeah,
Vincent sounds a little too fancy for my taste.
yeah, he's a great guy. So.
I'm more like, let's stop at the taco stand,
Yeah.
or let's get dirty eating barbecue.
Yeah. So, but so it was. I like to the chance to make my own schedule, but also make some extra money, and
Yeah.
like I said, work for myself.
Yeah. Still do any catering?
I don't.
No.
No.
How about cook? You
Oh
burnt
yeah.
out?
Yeah. No, I do a lot of. I do a lot of cooking at home for friends
You
and
do?
family.
Okay. Oh, yeah,
Yes.
well, that's nice.
But
So, besides cooking, it sounds like you also enjoy running.
yes,
Right.
yes. So, but yeah, I picked up running about 10, 11 years ago now.
Oh, this isn't something like back in high school you
No.
were on the cross country team, right?
No, I was a horseback rider.
Oh,
Yeah. So.
like barrel racer, horseback rider? Or
Yeah, 3-day eventing.
3-day eventing.
Yes. So.
Is that what is that? The jumping?
Yes,
of
that's
oh.
jumping and dressage.
Wow.
And, yes. So, but
Went from horses to running.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
So the running, yes. So
Yeah.
that again, picked it up, in my late 20s, and ran my first marathon, and Twin Cities Marathon, of course, and
Yeah.
was hooked, and decided about a week later, when the pain went away, that I was going to make a goal of all 50 states before I was 50. So,
Wow.
so I'm 11 years in, and I have 27
States done.
states done, and I have 9 years left. So,
Okay.
so I hope to.
So
Pretty
what-
confident in my goal.
Yeah. All
So-
right. So what does that got to be? Like 2 or 3 a year then?
Yeah, about this year will be 3. There was I didn't do any marathons in 2020.
Okay.
They were
Because of COVID.
because of
Were
COVID,
they doing like virtual
right?
stuff?
Which doesn't, in my mind,
What?
doesn't count.
Yeah. Right. It's like take a selfie while you're running or something.
Yeah.
Right? Silly.
So, but yeah, they if you did not get a marathon in about January and February, the rest all got shut down.
Okay.
So, but yeah, so I've done 2 already this year, 2021, and have another planned for the fall. So,
Oh, this fall.
yes,
Where's
but
that one gonna be?
Burlington, Vermont.
Nice. Have you ever been there?
I haven't.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, but yeah, so it gives me an opportunity to see a lot of states I've never been to, some I have been to, and some races my husband and I'll spend 24 hours in town, and sometimes we spend 3-4 days.
Is he out there running with you?
Sometimes,
Yeah.
yeah. Finds a shorter distance race, but
Okay.
he's always there. So,
Yeah, that's nice.
but yeah. So, and then I did actually go back to school. I went back to college.
Okay. All
Sorry,
right.
I'll transition back to
Yeah,
work,
yeah.
but I transitioned to working full time at Carciofini, but I think I mentioned still doing the catering on the side.
Yeah.
But I did enroll at St. Mary's University
Okay.
and pursuing a business and entrepreneurship degree.
Oh, nice.
So with their evening classes. So,
Okay.
and it gave me a really, I really liked working and going to school, even though it's a lot of work.
Mhm.
But I could really, I could use the things I was learning at school and relate it to my day-to-day job.
Yeah, real time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was, as a student, I was an okay student.
Me too.
Yeah, but but having, I needed that. Let's see, being able to relate every day
Yeah.
made it easier for me to
Okay.
learn.
yeah, it's not just a book and a theory, it's like real life for you.
Right.
Yeah, you learn something on Monday and you can maybe apply it on Tuesday,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, so that's all done?
That's all done.
That degree's all done?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, all right, sounds good. Okay, so what was it like starting, I think you said started here back in 2004 in the administrative part, and now let's see. Your business card has the word vice president on it.
Yes.
So you must have been doing something, right?
Right.
What was that, what were the steps like getting to this point?
I started doing a little bit more sales and, working with the field staff and helping our superintendent. And then it, as the business grew, obviously then there became more opportunities for
Doing different things?
yeah,
within the
doing
company?
different things, assisting. At the time, our controller did a lot of the HR work.
Okay.
Again, as our company grew, that person, got busier and busier doing billings and
Yeah.
job costing and whatnot. So
No time for HR.
yeah, so just kind of, sharing of duties
Yeah.
over time. We've always had a mid-sized office staff, so everybody wears a lot of hats, but now that's changed into full-time HR, contract reviewing. We have 50 crew members in the field,
Wow.
and we will do 600 to 700 jobs in a year.
Wow.
So the job costing end of it and applying what's written on their time card to the correct job can be quite cumbersome.
Yeah.
Especially there's some projects where we could be working for 5 different contractors on the job. So the general contractor, the concrete, the
So you're on
glass.
one job working with 5 different contractors,
Others, yeah.
other subs on the job.
Correct.
Sheesh.
So
Yeah.
so that's a important part of my job is
Yeah.
getting that costing correct. But
Okay.
so and
That makes sense.
and some of and obviously the industry marketing and that business development side within our industry, making sure that we stay in front of our salespeople, stay in front of clients, and our company name stays in front of clients, and just the construction industry itself.
Yeah.
And we're certainly not the biggest company in as a subcontractor, but
Sure.
we try to make sure we stay in front of everybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, 50 people out in the field. I mean, that's decent size for sure. Okay, let's talk a little bit about what it is that you guys do exactly. I mentioned the parking ramps, the expansion joints, and that type of thing. But if you're on a job site working with up to 5 different subcontractors, what are some of these other things that you guys might be doing on these job sites?
Sure. So so the items that our company performs is installation of caulking and sealants, expansion joint systems, vehicular traffic coatings, and fire stopping. And then we also do 10, 15 years down the road, we do restoration of all of those items as they need to be replaced. Deteriorate. Yeah. Specifically the things on the exterior of the building. But so with specialty sealants, you have silicones, you have urethanes, there's security sealants, and the makeup of each one of these caulking materials is specific for the substrate that you're putting it on. If it's a 10-story glass curtain wall, the silicone sealant that you're installing has to be part of that entire system.
Yeah. Let me
Yeah.
talk a little bit about it. So you're using a lot of big words, Heather.
Yeah. All right.
So for people like myself, you're talking about these, I think you said glass curtains.
Curtain wall?
Curtain wall, okay. The way I picture that is you go into a high rise of some sort and you look at a wall and it's floor to ceiling glass, right? And there's special sealants that have to go around that big piece of glass to make sure not only that it's secure and it's not drafty, but it also contributes to the integrity of the wall, the strength of the wall. And I mean, I was amazed about how many different types, can I say caulking or is that insulting?
No.
That's right?
Yeah.
Okay. Different types of caulking that you have to use in different situations. I didn't know caulking can help keep prisons safe, right?
Yeah.
Who would have thought, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Maybe more the guards, but yeah, the prisons.
Yeah. So, okay, imagine the prisoner is in a cell and there's caulking around some window or door frame or something, and you want to prevent that prisoner from being able to pick away at that caulking to hide drug paraphernalia or weapons or a shank or something, right? So you need special caulking to prevent that from happening. In comes Heather. I got this covered, right?
Yeah.
And this caulking that going in this prison is going to be extra hard to prevent that prisoner from picking away at.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Yep.
Did you come up with this?
No. Really smart chemical engineers did at the manufacturers.
All right. Well, that's
But
that's
and
awesome.
you know sometimes little kids can be a problem too on the playground.
Sure.
If the playground at their school butts up to the side of the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, I met with the facility manager, and he said, I don't know, right here, like all along here, at like 4 feet,
Yeah.
there's holes. And I look around at the kids playing outside, and I go, well, it's the kids.
Yeah.
And I never thought of that.
Yeah.
The other one, like turkeys, they'll peck. Yeah, that's at about like 2 feet.
They're trying to hide the shank.
Yes, right. So, but anyway.
Yeah. All right. So special caulking in parking ramps, the expansion joints. Give me another one.
Let's see, fire stopping.
Fire stopping.
That is obviously a life safety issue.
Yeah.
But we are a UL certified fire stop contractor.
Okay.
And we are held at a much higher level for our installation procedures. A lot of the projects we work on are inspected by a third-party administrator, a testing agency.
Yeah. So
Third-party testing agency,
Yeah.
not a third-party administrator.
That's insurance stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, in the fire stopping is part of an entire system that that makes a safety rating.
Building safe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's codes that have to be met with that type of thing.
Correct.
So like in this room, we got a sheetrock wall, goes up to the ceiling, fire starts in here. We want to do what we can to prevent that fire from spreading to the next room.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys can help out with that by, what did you call it, like fire stop or something at the top joint?
Yes.
Where the wall meets the roof or is that right?
Yeah, to make it simple, yeah.
Yeah.
So, especially because there's another tenant on the
Yeah.
other side of this wall, so where this probably concrete wall behind here meets the roof, that would have a number of different products put together to build a system.
Yeah.
And then, if a fire would run up this wall because of airflow and
Yeah.
it's less likely to get into the next space within 2 to 3 hours, and obviously giving other people time to get out of the bit, and
Sure.
the fire department to get there and put out the fire.
Now, most of your work is done in the commercial side. Would you
Correct.
say? Most, yeah. However, you applied it to your own personal residence, didn't you?
Yes.
Can you?
Yes. So if you want to inspect, or if you want to impress the city inspector, put fire stopping in your garage, and along with a stencil with the time rating, and
Yeah.
they usually
Thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, they usually check it off and
Or
walk
scared.
away. Yeah. Right. So,
All right. I think you rattled off like 5 different things. Did you want to talk about another thing that you guys do?
the vehicular traffic coatings also.
Vehicular traffic coatings.
Yeah.
So vehicle traffic coating on the road.
Again, usually parking ramps.
Parking ramps. Okay.
Yeah. And they're a waterproof coating, so we also put them in mechanical rooms. So this is a polyurethane coating, and
It's usually applied to concrete then?
yes,
Yeah.
but above grade, so not directly on dirt, or
Okay.
excuse me, not
At grade, it has to be elevated.
correct, yeah, elevated.
Right.
And they're a multi-coat system, and I'll talk specifically about a parking ramp. When you get a lot of turning traffic, always in the same spot, it can start to wear down the
concrete.
concrete, and so you'll have the coating there to help protect the concrete.
Okay.
It can protect in our climate from salt penetrating the concrete, which breaks it down. There's usually some sort of aggregate mixed into the top coat, so it's slip resistant for whether it's raining or snow.
Okay.
And so it's a safety feature, but also helps the longevity of the concrete.
So every time I'm in a parking ramp, from this day forward, I'm gonna look at those expansion joints.
Yeah.
And when I'm exiting the parking ramp and I'm going down that damn corkscrew thing,
Yes.
right? I'm gonna be thinking about you.
All right, thanks.
Is there anything else that you guys kind of focus on that's or like a bread and butter thing that you want to mention? Or did we cover it all?
Yeah, I think
Covered
generally
it?
speaking, we don't have a specific, maybe like some general contractors have a specific type of, they're known for multifamily or they're known for medical work. Where Carciofini, we do a lot of medical, we do multifamily housing, we do K-12 schools, we do higher education, manufacturing facilities. Not so much. We don't get into like the highway heavy bridges or anything like that for the caulking or expansion joints they need. That's a different kind of section. But we are a union contractor, so you'll see us on, and because of our reputation for quality and quality installation, quality management, you will see us on some of the biggest projects around town.
Yeah.
Target Field, US Bank Stadium, Allianz Field, those high profile projects that get a lot of notice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay. And is it usually the general contractor that brings you on, or is it a sub on site that brings you on?
Yeah, often it starts with the general contractor.
Okay.
And then from there it trickles down to other subcontractors.
Sure.
There's a large hospital up in Duluth that's being built right now, and within the general contract it noted where caulking was installed in all of the other scopes of work.
Yeah.
And who had the contract. So as a sales marketing tool, I called all those contractors and said, hey, we're on site.
Yeah.
If you'd like,
need some work done.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it could be 2 years from now before we get to that, but they all appreciate the phone call, and they're all companies that we've subcontracted with before.
Sure. And I know you do a little bit of residential, maybe on the high end, but so you typically, as a client, the people you call on are those subs that you found on that list, right? That might need some caulking work done, but also the bigger general contractors working on these typical hospitals or larger projects all throughout the Midwest. And you're also willing to travel around the United States. And while you're traveling, I think you should run a marathon.
Right.
Did I get all that right?
Right.
All right.
Like bill it to the project,
Yeah,
billable hours
why
to the
not?
project.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gatorade, the whole works.
Yeah. So yeah, we most of our work is around the Midwest, North Dakota, South Dakota, a little bit in Iowa, Western Wisconsin, and but generally those most of those projects outside of the state of Minnesota are from contractors within the Twin Cities.
Okay.
And same thing, we'll travel well beyond the Midwest for some of our best customers.
Gotcha. What's it like working with Dad?
Well, he officially, we threw him a retirement party in late 2019.
Like it or not,
Yeah.
here's your party.
Yeah.
Out of here.
So we pulled off a pretty good surprise. So it was fun. He's a very direct person.
Blunt.
He's well respected.
Yes.
But
straight shooter.
yeah, but you know what he expects from you, and but at the same time, you can't, you know.
So did you have to change the locks on the front door, or is he
No.
is he staying out of here?
Yeah. No. I mean, he still stops in. He still has an office. Yeah.
Oh, he does.
And,
Okay.
But he's a great mentor, and he's been a great mentor to many people over the years.
Yes.
And we him and I are a lot alike, and which means you could butt heads.
Mm.
But at the same time, I respect his knowledge and experience,
Mm-hmm.
and have learned when to just keep my mouth shut. So.
All right.
So, but yeah, he still has a small percentage of ownership, maybe so
Okay.
we don't change the locks.
Okay.
And so we don't shut off his email.
All right. So he retired when?
Late 2019.
Okay. So now what? What's the future?
Well, the future. So there's 3 majority owners,
Mm-hmm.
and myself. I have 2 older brothers. So one of my brothers is
This
our
is a family affair.
general superintendent, and then we have one non-family member who's the president of the company, and
Okay.
he's been here for 16 years. He started as just a year out of college as a project manager, and we all took a liking to him, and his just his knowledge he brought, even with very little experience, and the way he looks at things. And obviously the way he runs operations.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's a really great fit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's say I'm a general contractor building a parking ramp, or I'm a subcontractor needing some caulking done. What's the best way to get a hold of you?
Email, my email, phone call, anybody here can help you.
Okay. And what's the website address?
Yeah,
here?
www.carciofini.com.
And that's spelled CarCiofini.
Yes,
Great.
.com. And I like to say it's, do you want, or?
No, that's good.
Because my email is really long, heather.grazzini@carciofini.com.
Yes.
I like to say if you'd like to inquire about a project, send a message to estimating@carciofini.com,
Okay.
and someone will help you, or the old telephone.
Yeah.
952-252-0303.
Great. Heather, it's been an honor. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
And I wish the best for you. Good luck on those marathons.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.